by directing who will be given the authority of the priesthood, who will hold its offices, and how its rights and powers will be conferred. For example, a person who holds the priesthood is not able to confer his office or authority on another unless authorized by one who holds the keys. Without that authorization, the ordination would be invalid.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. In the video I just posted, I check the church news and found nothing by OAKS. I then find out, while going over the news, OAKS posted a video at 5 o'clock. Not a video, actually, a post at 5 o'clock. So, for you who want to deny to save this church, in 1985, President Benson, not sworn in as president yet, but Kimball died, so he was over the church, just as OAKS is now. There was plenty of time before conference. Nonetheless, Benson started the Fixer program, Strengthening Church Members Committee. Dallin H. OAKS, who had been brand new in April 1984, was placed in that role from the apostles to have members of the 70 involved. And the leak shows who those 70 were. Which one's the newer one? Zwick, Robbins, and Evans were in the 70 for that committee. Oh, that's Christofferson's original one. So I don't know OAKS's. Never mind. Nothing to see here. Move along. He was in there until 2008 because D. Todd Christofferson got leaked as being involved in it since 2008. It got leaked that in 1993, OAKS came out with a statement regarding the excommunication and firing of September 6th, the month before. October 2nd, Deseret News reported it. OAKS explained that local leaders are informed by church headquarters about members who may possibly be violating church standards. The church is strengthening the church, or the members committee, and they've obviously changed the name, pours over newspapers and other publications. Now with the internet, that's what they're doing. The internet, social media, websites, to identify members accused of crimes, preaching false doctrine, criticizing leadership, or other problems, like translating Paleo-Hebrew and deciphering it. That information is forwarded on to the person's bishop or stake president. Who is charged with helping them overcome problems and stay active in the church. And now my whole life is put into perspective because of this. I guess we gotta bring that picture up. See, D. Todd Christofferson had submitted to the prosecution in 2008 against me for filing a petition for a redress of grievances in the state of Utah, which was called by orders of D. Todd Christofferson to Mark Shurtleff to be a terrorist threat as a weapon of mass destruction. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was considered a government entity in which, to show how big, bad, and mean I am as a terrorist with a weapon of mass destruction, they presented in my 36434 file number January 2nd, 1998. I submitted project regarding Paleo-Hebrew decipherment. March 16th, 1998, I submitted the Joseph Smith translation of Genesis. No. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. The King Follett sermon, technically. On July 9th, 1998, my translation of the vocabulary in Paleo-Hebrew from, it doesn't show Genesis, it just shows biblical translations in name of deity. So yes, I was going over a bunch of them because I knew that they filed it in a filing cabinet just in case, so I kept putting stuff in it, and they called me a troublemaker. They gave me a file number, and then they presented it as evidence, mountains of evidence. Yeah, that's tomorrow morning, assuming I go to bed tonight. We still got the other video to post. 12th, December 9th, 1999. The retranslated Genesis chapter 1 from Paleo-Hebrew. And I'm a big, bad, mean terrorist, weapon of mass destruction, for following the First Amendment in the United States Constitution of the United States of America. D. Todd Christofferson, with the whole 15 under Monson, ordered Shurtleff and paid those who were responsible in getting me disappeared in a black site location to be tortured until I die. Oops, I got out in 2014. That's what they're talking about for the Strengthening Church Members Committee. But because of those filings, OAKS was still the one in charge of it. Not D. Todd yet. It was not 2008. It was 1999, after that December, and it was most likely in January of 2000, somewhere around there. I get a call from the secretary of the stake presidency of the Younger Singles Ward. The stake president would like to see you in his office. Okay. I go in, and the whole stake presidency and the whole bishopric, with the bishop, who I've told you had gotten up one fast and testimony meeting before the other kids got to, and spent the whole fast and testimony meeting going over a whole long mountain of evidence of list of different types of naming for masturbation, just so that the kids would not get up and speak. That bishop. I then sit down. It was tight quarters. And immediately the counselor said, "Who have you told about this?" What? They're wanting me to give them a blacklist of names of who I told about my decipherment of Paleo-Hebrew. They want to help everybody I talk to about it with overcoming their problems and staying active in the church. They were plotting to have me excommunicated after I give up the names. This is a religion, right? It's not the FBI. This isn't the Nixon hearings where D. Todd Christofferson was the clerk. Yeah, they get people who are in law to be the fixers for the church. OAKS told them to force a confession with names that I told and to be excommunicated for deciphering Paleo-Hebrew. When he's an apostle, doesn't he have the gift of... Oh, they don't. That was Dallin H. Oaks who did that to me. And so, some years later, after the stake president, after having to put the bishop in his place, because the bishop then blurted out, "I saw you not partake of the sacrament one Sunday." Really? I'm halfway into the cultural hall, and you saw me. You were staring at me. "I saw you not partake of the sacrament. That can only mean one thing, that you're guilty of sin." I'm looking at him all confused. Are you on drugs? The stake president shot him down on that. Changed the subject immediately. And so the stake president then said, "I'm going to go straight down to Temple Square and talk with President Gordon B. Hinckley immediately to figure this out. Because they asked. They said, President Gordon B. Hinckley told us to do this. That they read your stuff, and he's furious. And I only thought it was F. Michael Watson who turned me in. No, it's Oaks. Oaks. And so I said, he never saw it. It was F. Michael Watson. So he was confused. Got a call from church headquarters. So he was going to go and clear it all up. He never came back to me on that. Never. However, I happened to be in the stake president's office because I was called to show up. He never showed. The counselor then eventually walked in while I was sitting in the lobby waiting. He saw me and then went, yeah, you can continue your research, but just don't go against the church. Well, if I wasn't going against the church so that I can continue to do the research, then obviously I'm not going to go against the church. Oh, wait, you don't believe in translation. You're going against the church. Beam and moat. Also, for tomorrow's video, there were several of those. So, some years later, older singles ward, bishop or branch president, technically, Nazi. It must be white bread. Lock the doors of the chapel during the sacrament. All the men must wear suits, white shirts, and plain ties. The bread issue, Doctrine and Covenants. Doesn't matter what you eat or drink. White bread! So the case was escalated by the priesthood to the stake president. Stake president wasn't going to do nothing about it. The same branch president who one Saturday while we were cleaning the chapel, I was vacuuming by the couch and he came in and then pulled it out and to vacuum behind that, where he's now talking with me about how he's not an intellectual like I am, and then bragged about how he's never even read the Book of Mormon. So with his abuse on all of us, and just getting fed up with the women, still hadn't recovered from Kimberly dumping me over charity in the Book of Mormon. Never recovered. Then the women came over, dropped off Snickers. If you're unfamiliar with church schools that have church dances where women ask guys out, one of the common things at Rick's was to go buy candy bars and make an invite to go with them to the dance more by using this candy bar names in the sentence. It was awesome. I love candy. It was only, I don't think it was done for me. I saw another woman doing it for another guy that she was going to ask out. That's how I learned about it. So yes, Snickers. You left our ward? Yeah, I went back to the family ward. Well, turns out, Dallin H. Oaks, maybe, it's unclear as to what happened, because he was, the Nazi was trying to force people to attend church, or he was going to kick you out. So it's a toss-up as to who's responsible, but Oaks would have gotten involved anyway after the fact, if not part of the causation. In which I went to the temple every day, doing something, doing family names, doing something every day. They knew me, I knew them, I knew the texts in all of the different places to be an ordinance worker, but I was there as a patron. And so one of the temple workers had invited me over to his house to watch 24 that was just beginning. And then I found out it was to hook me up with his daughter, which failed. Too bad. I liked her. But made sure to get the whole collection of 24, as I previously told you earlier this year when I was watching it again. Another temple worker was grateful for the hope of the future of the church, because a young man like me was going to the temple every day. Take that, Dallin. You mission dodger and dodger of the church assignment to be an apostle because you couldn't give up the world. Crap, it's after 9 o'clock? God, I'm getting so far behind. Stop with all the news! I can't keep up. I can't keep up. It's going to be one of those weeks. So, I'm back going to the family ward. Going to the temple every day. I show up to the temple one morning, as usual. There's a guy who knows me sitting down waiting. There's another guy behind the desk, knows me, takes my membership thing. It's now scannable. Scans it in, and apparently there's red flags going all over the computer. I'm going to need you to sit over there, please. What's going on? He goes to find the temple president of the Jordan River Temple. I'm sitting there. The temple president comes and invites me into his office. We've been told to take your temple recommend. You're supposed to go talk to your bishop. The family ward bishop? Well, it's the bishop from the singles. I'm in the family ward. I don't go to that church anymore. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. He's not authorized to take it. Unbelievable. And so, yes, I was stripped of my temple recommend. I went to the stake president of the family ward, telling him what's going on. I don't understand. Actually, I sent a letter to the 70, the presidency of the 70. And he did not get back to me. Instead, the stake president, through the secretary, said the stake president would like to meet with you. Okay, whatever. And so he met with me, and he gave me a can of nuts. Snickers by the women in the singles board. Nuts by the stake president. And so this is where I'm wondering if my letter to the 70 presidency was intercepted by OAKS or referred to OAKS, and then OAKS contacted the stake president to treat me as nuts and to do nothing about it. He said he was going to check into it. He never got back to me. He told me, well, just keep going to church. I'll try to figure out what's going on here and I'll get back to you. Never got back to me. So in 2008, no temple recommend. But yeah, their attempts to overcome my problems and keep me active in the church was a miserable, utter failure. This is all a lie. This has nothing to do with overcoming problems and staying active in the church. It's punishment. It's torture. It's murder. That's why they cyber attack me. That's why they've been trying to murder me. I am on their radar. I have the file with them. They know who I am and who they're not. Getting all excited. Staying up late. What the hell? So, get out in 2014. Nelson sees me 3 times. Angry on all 3 occasions. He remembers people. He remembers that he helped order with the whole 15 and pay for my extermination. And there I was. And I didn't have that receipt yet. I found it in 2019 and sued in the federal courts, which I knew was going to be a washout because they're all Mormons, and as such they're all supposed to recuse themselves. So who's going to take the case? Nonetheless, I needed people to leave me alone. David Todd Christofferson was making the calls. He had, back in 2017, had been working to get the wife at the time to leave me, putting in the call to the bishop, get rid of his wife, break him up, so that we can then go after him. And so yes, the bishop coordinated with others to make that happen, and they succeeded. And then D. Todd Christofferson put in the call to the same bishop. Travis has a video that's going against the leadership of the church in which he says Adam fell that men might be from the Egyptian documents. Take down the video, Travis. Why are you bothering to come to church if you're going to go against the living prophets of Jesus? Yeah, good point. Why am I? You're obviously not the true church. The prophets are going against the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith. So, way to activate me. Mission accomplished! So in 2019 into 2020, I again had to sue, for which I tried to save Trump. Barr dismissed it. And Trump was almost murdered because Barr dismissed it. And now the government is saying, they're persecuting Mormons for being Mormon. I warned you they're gonna murder Trump! They're not listening to me. Unbelievable. More on that tomorrow, by the way. God. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. I slept in this morning because of a rough sleep I had last night. Unbelievable. And so, yeah, they again resumed trying to murder me. It was an all-out assault with creeping death, with the poison, with the black mold. The neighbors sent her cat into my apartment. All abuses to try to murder me. Then September 2021, as the property manager had sent me a death threat to have me kicked out next year, signed and dated. I find before conference that the church is involved with secret combination of the United States against the United States of America, Council for National Policy, through the Scousins. They're getting that group to get their organizations to destroy America, to overthrow it. And the church is the secret group behind it that none of them know. Because Mark Skousen is the Mormon representative to do the will of the church, to get the group to do what the church wants to be done, to overthrow America, to get their kingdom back. So Project 2025, that is almost done. Yep, in a coming day. Shutdown of the federal government, 3rd Nephi. Chapter 7 that I've been telling you about all this year. But conference then occurred because YouTube shut me down. Criticizing the leaders of the church was medical malpractice. Or medical misinformation, whatever crap that the Bidens threatened social media to do. So the Mormon employee said, hey, I'll just use it to shut down Travis's videos that have nothing to do with medical information. Bastard. Bunch of criminals. Bunch of Antifas, Trump. Get them. They're going to murder you. I had a person comment today thinking that I'm a Trumpist. I'm neither. The Constitution of the United States of America says no party groups. You know, communism. They're both commies, but the one commie group wants to turn it fascist. Not allowed in the Constitution either. You're both wrong. I am neither of you. So all I'm doing is trying to let Trump know the church is trying to murder him. I don't agree with him. I don't agree with what he's doing. But I know that their church is going to murder him. As an Eagle Scout, I did the Citizenship in the Nation badge. Kind of had to, it was the requirement one. And so when I found out that my church is criminal, I'm reporting it. See something, say something. But nonetheless, he's not listening to me. So after conference, I then finally found what I was looking for. The meeting at Adam Andai Amen. And all hell breaks loose. And to cut it short, I'm here now. They failed again, and people got financially punished for their failures. This is how evil the church is, the Strengthening Church Members Committee. And the one who did succeed, as she was threatened and promised rewards, she got those rewards, but then got punished. Oh, the devil never supports his own. And that's what the Mormon YouTube employee doesn't get. The others who cyber terrorize me don't get. Yeah, you may think you're helping the church, but they're going to betray you. They want their kingdom back, and they're using other people to get it. And they don't give a damn about you. They use you. They pretend to be your friend. And maybe you don't know about that because you didn't grow up among white supremacist Christian nationalists as you were one. But as a Mormon, outside of Utah and Southern California, among white supremacist Christian nationalists, born-again Christians, I knew exactly what they were up to because they always talked about it every day. That's why I'm warning you guys this year of what's coming, and it's here. And so yes, the church knows me, I know them, but they don't want you to know that they know me. That's why I'm shut down on YouTube. They don't want me getting known. They don't want me getting views. They don't want me to expose them. They want me shut up. They want me silenced. They want me destroyed. They want me dead. And here I am. I'm still standing. Because I've got nothing to lose. Yeah, I have property. Yeah, I have 200-pound gold plates that I've had to trudge up mountains. Get blisters in my hands and feet for. The house of my friends. But still, this church knows me. During 2020's lawsuits, they were communicating via the church news. As their defense counsel, Kirtland McConkie, kept informing them of my submissions in court. They have to, they're required to, that's what they do. So all 15 have the briefings from the lawyers about my latest filings. That's why Holland got sent to the hospital. The inverted pentagram carved in stone evidence caused an episode that they wouldn't report for 2 weeks. So yes, when I did the countdown videos to 9/11 for Nelson in 2023, yeah, oops, they wouldn't tell us for 3 weeks. The way to perfection. Adam-on-Diamond Council, page 291 specifically, the church's coup plot to frame and blame Jesus for it. We're not doing it, Jesus. Whatever. So, that introduction, 40 minutes in. Oh, crap, it's almost 9:30. I did a video this morning. Trophies for murdering Mormons. That's the Hosanna shout. He's claiming to be the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, with his solemn assembly in the Hosanna shout. That's what it means. Jesus, triumphant into Jerusalem before he's slaughtered. The people all put palm branches before him as he's riding on an animal of some kind, donkey, mule, ass, whatever. David does it too. King David does it too. The Hosanna shout is for the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. Thus, the president, newly called, always does it. Because he is Jesus. That's the coding from Adam-on-Diamond's council meeting. The transfer of government authority from the President of the United States to the President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Gotcha. And they've been trying to murder me ever since. This is the Church of the Devil, guys, for a reason. D. Todd is failing miserably, and now the original guy who attacked me is now about to become the president, but delayed the crowning of him as king. So that he'll be a secret king without the Hosanna shout, without the sustaining vote, until maybe April, unless he's dead. So that video this morning was titled Brand New LDS Church President Dallin and Harris Oaks Ignores Michigan Mormon Dead Prepping for Coronation. And in that video, which don't ask me to pull out the clip to put it in this video. Take too long, it's already 9:30. We're at 40 minutes, crap. I call him out for not giving a statement and having the church spokesperson instead. Church spokesperson is not the head of the church for an official statement. Oaks is, because Nelson died the night before at 10:01. They know. They wouldn't say the time because they know. I prophesied of the day and the time of Nelson's death with 2 videos. They know because D. Todd Christofferson is in that group now. To get all my video content downloaded, to have it all listened to, and to report to the full 15. All of it. To help restore me to activity. As the bishop who helped the first wife leave me, I think you're losing her. Oaks, I think you're losing me. Which that may have been a situation also, but he was taking the full brunt of it. He'd never indicated that he had gotten a call from Oaks to have her leave me. But, it was, yeah, it may have been Oaks. No, it's a toss-up. She left in April 1997. I had to redo my research for the submission of me as a terrorist with a weapon of mass destruction. The mountain of evidence! Oh, Tyler is getting screwed with his defense counsel. Getting screwed. He is milking the $1 million he's gotten to screw over Tyler. Oh, more on that tomorrow. Dear God. It's a simple thing. You go in, Your Honor, they have no case. They don't have the evidence tying Tyler to the rifle. And even if that's him on the building, because you're claiming that the building is where Charlie was shot from, and there's no evidence of any rifle on that building. So whoever was on that building is not the shooter. And you're claiming my client is the shooter on that building with no rifle. Then he goes home without the $1 million. He's getting screwed. It's all about money. He's being bribed to toy with the case. Getting screwed. You need to do what Curtis Allgaier did and get rid of that attorney and get a new one. One that'll let you marry a woman to try to show that you're the good guy, Curtis. You still went to prison, didn't you? Well, at least you got the conjugal visits. Not fair. Everybody's having fun by me. So yeah, I called out Oaks this morning. So wouldn't you know it, at 5, not 3:30, because they know, because I say it in my videos. At 5, at closing time for the employees of the Church News. At 5, Oaks posts a statement. And in that statement, he says, "Our hearts are heavy with sorrow. Millions of us are mourning the passing of our beloved prophet and president." It's not even about Michigan. And it's Monday, and you did it at the end after I did my video. Wasn't this supposed to be done on Sunday? And then while you're doing it and posting it Sunday morning, then you find out about the Michigan thing and you do another one for Michigan. How hard is it to be a leader of a religion? Oh, you're not a religion legally? Okay. He was a dear friend, one of a kind, an original. He will be missed. And a cherished leader. Cut it out with the adjectives. His timeless teachings continue to guide us. Teachings? Rewriting of Christian interpretation, not just the Jewish interpretation. And translations, oh, don't even get me started on that white supremacist mess up. And help us find comfort amid suffering. Yeah, here's psychology and manipulation, which, oh my God, KSL still went on a rampage today with that. More tomorrow. especially in the wake, well, maybe in the next hour. I'm back on Mountain Dew that's flowing through my veins again, and so it will not keep me up. If I am drinking Mountain Dew, it'll help me go to sleep. It's weird that way. The Pepsi that I was, oh, don't even get me started on the supply. It caused me to have sleep problems to get to sleep. And then some other health issues that Mountain Dew was taking care of. And so I'm glad to be back on Mountain Dew, but it ain't going to keep me up all night. It doesn't have that effect on me. The Pepsi, yeah, headaches. Not Mountain Dew. Pepsi, not Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is the dew of the gods. It's weird. I don't understand. In Canada, they don't have caffeine. They have orange juice in it. That was cool too. Why don't we have it in America? What, nobody bought it because they had to have caffeine? Whatever. Especially in the wake of the recent violence aimed at members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Michigan. And so as a result of this, the news then came out and said, oh, he hates Mormons. If he's responsible for the other Christian church attacks, it's not just Mormons. It's all of Christianity, like I said. So are they going to not investigate to find out if he was the one responsible for the other church fires of other Christian religions? No, because like Tyler, they're not going to investigate the truth. They're going to keep coming up with more fake evidence to present in court for perjury. This past Sunday, you couldn't say yesterday. It's the 29th. It happened on the 28th. You couldn't say yesterday. You had to say this past Sunday? Was there a way that it may not have gotten posted that tonight? That it might have been tomorrow when they showed up to work? Were you that crunched for time? This awful tragedy that took place in Grand Blanc, Michigan on September 28th, you couldn't just say yesterday? You've got the date at the top. Reminds us of our sacred responsibilities as followers of Jesus Christ? What sacred responsibilities? The law of sacrifice? We mourn with our members who have lost loved ones. Fortunately, only the 4 died. The rest are accounted for, and that more tomorrow. So, I was really worried on that one. Nonetheless, dear God, he is way too late on this. He needed to do this Sunday. He didn't. He did it at the last minute tonight. It's too late. I already called you out. It's too late. You got exposed, Oaks. You don't get credit for this. You did it because I called you out. And we join in prayer for comfort. Bleep thoughts and prayers. With others around the world who are suffering from similar tragedies. Yeah, you're the ones behind causing them, Oaks. Remember, you ran a test in 2020 for Armageddon. This is not a test this year. You're getting other people to do your dirty work for you. We all seek answers and understanding in the wake of trauma, shock, and grief. We are grateful to all who are reaching out with service, prayers, and words of support during this difficult time. You're not going to give answers, are you? You just want people to seek for them and never find them. Bleep you, Oaks. May we all remember the truth that each of us is a beloved child of God with God's sperm. We know it, we teach it, it's in the scriptures. So says Holland. Our Savior Jesus Christ, through his infinite atonement, Christianity screwed up atonement from the Jews. October 2nd, by the way. Overcame death. Yeah. Religion is the opiate of the masses. Karl Marx. Doctrine of Nelson. And doctrine of Oakes. And gives us the joyful assurance that each of us will be gloriously resurrected after we're burned in Armageddon. See what he did there? The glorious resurrection. He says, trauma, shock, grief, deaths, violence. Don't worry, don't fear the reaper. I got the picture. Did a snapshot of my own picture. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be resurrected if you're righteous. That was his death threats since December's devotional last year. All this year, up until conference. Death threat, death threat, death threat, death threat. Look forward to Easter. You're all going to die. Oops, Trump failed. So here he goes again. You're all going to die. On behalf of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I extend this expression to the family and friends. If we identify the 4 that are dead as the providers of the homes, do you think expressions are going to help them, Oaks? The widowed wives? Oh, well, the bishop takes care of them. Really? Really? As the leader of the church, you're just going to give expressions? I've got expressions for you. Those affected by this recent tragedy and all others who may be experiencing loss and heartache at this time. Bleep you, Oaks. Bleep you. So yeah. He only did it because of me. It does not count. Like giving gifts in the scriptures. You can't give it grudgingly or expect quid pro quo or expect praise like the Pharisees. You have to give with expecting nothing in return. He is a priest crafter. He is now the head priest crafter, hoarding money, claiming it's for Jesus. Multi-trillions of dollars hoarded as people suffer, and he gives expressions. Bleep you, Oaks. Invalid. Amen to your authority.